Okay, in this video we're going over informative writing, specifically focusing on topic sentence and thesis statement. The reason we're going over this is our next benchmark, what they're going to be asking you to do is to write an informative piece of text, informative or explanatory writing, meaning you're going to have to tell the reader about a specific topic. Okay. So listen carefully because you're going to be doing this shortly yourself. So in informative explanatory writing, that just means writing where you're learning something. It's informing you about something, like our social studies textbook, our science textbook. Those are informative writing. Topic sentences and thesis statements serve similar functions. Okay, so now we're going to learn what they do. What does a topic sentence and a thesis statement do? These sentences introduce a topic, so that's one thing they do. Oh, whoops, sorry about that. Let me undo that. I want to highlight. They introduce a topic. They express the main idea of the writing. So by reading a topic sentence or a thesis statement, you should know what you're going to be reading about. You should know what you're going to be learning about that topic and indicate what information will be explained. Okay. So you're going to find out what you're going to be reading about, what's the main thing you're going to be learning, and maybe some details about what exactly you're going to be learning of the main idea. What about the main idea are you going to be learning? Okay. So a topic sentence typically introduces the topic of a standalone paragraph. That means a paragraph all by itself. Okay, so each paragraph should be one main idea, one thought. Okay. It is usually the first sentence in a paragraph unless a lead has been added. So it's almost always, not every single time, but 90% of the time, the topic sentence is the first sentence in a paragraph. And that makes sense because when you're reading an informative text, you want to present the information clearly and easily for the reader. And so by putting that topic sentence, what the paragraph is going to be about right at the beginning, that lets the reader know what to expect in the coming sentences. A thesis statement typically introduces the topic in multi-paragraph writing, such as essays and reports. It may be the last sentence in the introduction paragraph. Okay, so this is a thesis statement. Introduces the topic in the multi-paragraph writing, which is what you're going to be doing, multiple paragraphs, not just one or two, but multiple paragraphs. A thesis statement is also used in argument argument writing to make a claim or state a position. Topic statements and thesis statements in informative explanatory writing. What do? They contain a clear subject and reveal the purpose for the piece of writing. This is the main idea. So we should know why we're reading this. Why has the author written this piece of material based on that topic sentence and thesis statement? Indicates what information will be explained. So I should know by reading that very first topic sentence or that thesis statement, I should know what I'm going to be learning about as I continue to read the paragraphs. And should establish a formal and objective tone through facts, precise word choice, and sentence structure appropriate for the purpose and audience. So basically what that means is in informative explanatory writing, we're not using any kind of slang. This is designed to inform or teach people about a particular subject. So you want to be precise, straightforward. You're not looking to have, vast amounts of figurative language necessarily. Okay, topic sentence and thesis statement can be short and direct. Here's an example of that. Invasive species are damaging the Great Lakes ecosystem. So if we scroll back to the top, remember the three things that a topic sentence or thesis statement needed to do. They introduced the topic. So if we look back at this, our topic is invasive species. That's what we're going to learn about. So they stated it right in there. They express the main idea of the piece of writing. They are damaging. That's the main idea. It's not telling us these invasive pets are helpful. We're going to learn about how they're damaging. And indicate what information will be explained. We're going to learn about how they are damaging to the Great Lakes ecosystem. So that short sentence was able to do all three of those things that we saw at the very beginning that we needed a topic sentence or thesis statement to do. Okay, they can also be long and elaborate. Here's another example. More than 25 invasive fish species. So that is what that is the topic. What are we going to find out about them? We're going to find out about how they are damaging freshwater ecosystems in the Great Lakes. And then we're going to learn a little bit about how they're damaging those. They're damaging by interfering with the food web, displacing native species, spoiling the coastal wetlands, and causing loss of plant diversity. So I know now when I read, if somebody were to write the rest of this article, I know I'm going to find out what those 25 invasive fish species are. I'm going to learn about a little bit more about how they're interfering with the food web. What exactly are they doing that's interfering with the food web? I know I'm going to learn how they're displacing native species and what some of those native species might be that they are displacing. And that just means animals that normally live in the Great Lakes are being pushed out of the Great Lakes by these invasive fish. So I'm going to learn about what are some of the other plant and animal life that are being pushed out of the Great Lakes because of these invasive fish. Spoiling the coastal wetlands. I'll learn more about how these fish are doing that, what exactly is going on, and then how they're causing loss of plant diversity. So I'm going to learn more about how these fish are causing some types of plants to be completely destroyed or eaten, and what some of those plants are. So right there, just from this first sentence, I know a great deal about what this paper is going to be about and what I'm going to be learning by reading this paper if somebody were to continue writing this paper. This is a great topic sentence or thesis statement. It's very clear. I know what the topic is, invasive fish species. I know what I'm going to learn about those invasive fish species. I know I'm going to learn they're damaging the freshwater ecosystem in the Great Lakes. And I've gotten some information about how they are damaging the freshwater ecosystem in the Great Lakes by interfering with the food web, displacing native species, spoiling coastal wetlands, and causing loss of plant diversity. So this is an